we are here with Jay Cutler from Barnstorm Cycles in Spencer, Massachusetts.
Well, I grew up around motorcycles my whole life. My father had motorcycles. We had a small garage at our home, and so I grew up tinkering and fell in love with them as I grew up, had dirt bikes and whatnot. And when I was about 18, my father and I decided to turn our passion into a business and make a go of it. So we started Barnstorm Cycles.
Oh, fantastic. And I see, for example, we have this bike here. This is your bike.
Correct.
This is what you ride. Will you please describe to me what you've done here and what we got here?
Okay, well basically the power plant in this motorcycle is a 1941 Harley-Davidson knucklehead motor.
Okay.
So the motor's a little over 70 years old.
Wow.
When I got the motor and the transmission, they were both, well, the motor was completely apart in boxes, had been apart for 16 years. I bought it from a very good friend of mine named Paul. Together Paul and I actually rebuilt the whole motor.
Okay.
And then from there, I got a replica 1948 panhead wishbone style frame, and this is kind of the end result. So there's a lot of hand fabricated bits, one-off stuff, and then things that have been modified. For instance, the gas tank's been made by hand, handlebars, exhaust, fenders and things like that. Start with fender blanks,
okay,
and then go from there.
Yeah.
This is actually what I'd call a temporary front end. I have plans to build some kind of modified leaf spring.
Okay.
But in the meantime, this is a DNA springer that I've modified for a headlight mount and some handlebars, just to kind of switch it up a little bit.
Of course.
Same thing with the oil tank. I ended up moving the oil tank from underneath the seat area to the front of the bike. I did it actually primarily for function. I wanted to cool my oil more.
Right.
Because the motor's cast iron.
Yeah.
It gets really hot.
Of
Doesn't
course.
dissipate the heat as well as like an aluminum cylinder would. So by moving the oil tank out front, it actually reduced the operating temperature of the bike considerably, to the point where I can actually put my hand on the oil tank when the bike's at full operating temperature, and it's not. I won't burn me. I come from a family of people who actually ride motorcycles.
Yeah.
We like to travel by motorcycle as much as possible, and it's kind of a way of life for us. So we try to bring that spirit to what we do here, and that everything that we try and do is is geared towards riders, and then from a fabrication standpoint, we try to do everything that we can to make sure that what we do can actually be put to use. It's not just to look good at a show, it's to look good while it's going down the road, and to last years and years and years and years. So we place a heavy emphasis on function as well as form in our design. This is also another bike that we built for a customer here at the shop. His name is Ed Mark, and he actually brought in some of the components of the motorcycle to us. We kind of made it all work. It was kind of a hodgepodge of things that never were meant to go together. So we started off with the frame and the front end. They're actually of both unknown origins. And so I had to do a lot of heavy modification to the front end to make it, one, strong enough for the weight of this particular motorcycle, and also to fit the aesthetics of the bike. So all the side plating that you see on the front end, that was all added to both reinforce it and make it kind of fit stylistically with the motorcycle. The leaf spring were a lot longer, shorten those way up to account for the weight of the bike. And I also re-engineered and made new bottom rockers so that the trail of the motorcycle would be correct. Because before, with the rockers that he had brought on there, it had negative trail. It's bad news. So we made that right. Did a couple of weird things with this. It's an air ride suspension system, and it also doubles as the kickstand. So what that means is that when the air is out of the suspension, the frame is resting on the ground, so there's no actual kickstand on the motorcycle. The left side tank is gasoline and the right side tank is oil, which isn't a new idea, but we thought it would be kind of neat for this particular build, and we ran all the lines exposed to just kind of emphasize the function of what's going on, so people kind of glued into it. Basically what he wanted is some kind of low, lean, mean looking, kind of rat rod-ish motorcycle. No paint on there. It's all raw metal. Another interesting thing about this bike is the rear wheel has got a Buell perimeter brake on it. That was another thing that he brought me the components to, and we had to make it work. It didn't really exist until now, so I had to make a bracket for the brake and spacers and mounting and figure it all out. It's got an internal stop, so it's really clean, it's really compact. You don't even really notice it's on there. And what that also does is the brake's on the left-hand side of the bike, so the high side of the motorcycle is super clean and wide open. So, yeah.
Alright Jay, so this is different from the bikes we have seen before, because this is an actual full finish, let's say. It's not the steel look, which I love, but this is just to show variety. And you were telling me earlier that this is all being hand fabricated, including the frame, which has been designed by you and built.
Correct. We
to specs.
We have a frame company that we work with who builds frames for us, because in the States you need an MSO with all frames.
Yep.
So from a titling standpoint, it makes it a lot easier. So we send drawings and measurements and stuff, and they send us a CAD drawing, and then we approve and we go from there. So we're even involved in the frame design from every step of the way, so that's nice.
Fantastic. What are some of the features on this bike?
The motor is an 1984 shovelhead motor, which we actually completely rebuilt. And then we had the frame built and designed, and this bike was actually for someone, so we were working kind of with his specifications and his design goals. So we had the frame built, and then from there we built a lot of the components, or again modified a lot of the components. The handlebars, we made the handlebars. They're all stainless steel polished with an integrated gauge mount.
Yep.
The headlight is a side mount bait style headlight, but the headlight ears are stainless steel that we made in house.
Okay.
And the pipes, the header sections are actually recycled vintage Arlen Ness headers.
Okay.
And then we made the 2-into-1 collector, and that's all polished stainless.
Wow, polished.
Yep.
I would have thought it was chrome.
No, yeah, polished stainless is amazing stuff. And this bike's going to be in a marine environment. It's going to be in Florida.
Okay.
So we did everything we could to out of stainless or aluminum, so that it will hold up to the kind of harsh corrosion environment. So did that. The gas tank's hand fabricated. The seat is made specifically for the bike. The fenders were fender blanks that we've trimmed to fit and custom mounted and everything like that.
Yep.
So a lot of tiny little bits and bigger elements kind of bring the whole thing together. And again, we were really shooting for, even though it's a rigid motorcycle, really want to be, it's really just like a bike that you can jump on and ride all day long and not worry about it. Everything's super solid. You can probably pick this bike up by the exhaust. It's mounted so well.
Wow.
So that was really, the gas tank's fully rubber mounted. Everything's really designed to be put in service and not have any problems.
Right. Well, and from the ground up, a full build, so you can really let the imagination run wild and do whatever you want, including the frame, and that's really pretty fantastic. Well, Jake, thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you.
We'll see you again on Roma Custom Bike. This is Custom Cez reporting from Spencer, Massachusetts.